Today we are going to discuss about the Visualforce page. Okay, Visualforce is a framework. Visualforce is a markup language, tag based markup language. Visualforce is a tag based markup language, and it is a framework. Okay, so when we'll go for the Visualforce page, okay, whenever you want to customize the logic to show the different user interface to the user, then you can go for the Visualforce page. Okay, example is, if you take any UI related thing. Now let's see, for creating new employee, you have the Visualforce page. But in this Visualforce page, you have different sections and everything, right? As well as you can display only 2 columns. If you want to display more columns, then it's not possible in the standard UI button. Okay, as well as here only 2 columns as well. One more thing is, whenever I select the department IT, then only I need to display the sports. Otherwise, I don't want to display the field sports. In this case, this is not possible through the standard UI related thing. For that, we have different other things using the Visualforce page. Okay. In the Visualforce page, we have different type of things. One is, just a second. So we can have the simple Visualforce page, and while working with Apex, you have different types of controllers. Visualforce will be having the controllers. One is standard controller, second one extension controllers, third one list controller. That means standard list or standard list set controller, standard set controller, as well as standard list controller. Standard list controller. Okay, so for each and every object there will be a standard controller automatically. Okay, let's create a very simple Visualforce page. New Visualforce page. You can give your own page here. Let's say hello. Okay, hello. Now here inside this you can write anything. Test Visualforce. Yeah, hello is the Visualforce page name. Okay, and then for this, if you want to view, just click on preview. This is the Visualforce page text. It is here. Here, if you want to access that, what we need to do is, after salesforce.com, you need to give apex/hello. That's it. This will be displayed like this. Okay, if you give any different name, it says this page hello test does not exist. Okay, now here inside this one you can write any HTML tags, whatever you need inside the Visualforce page to be. Let's say if you want to display table, here. These are all the HTML thing, you need to go through that. Then inside these you can have the different tiers having the data. TD1. This will be displayed like this. Okay, here for each and every row you need to create different row. This is, it displays like this. If you want to apply some border colors or something else, you can apply here. Table border equals to 2. Okay. So you can set the border color as well. If you want to learn this HTML, w3schools.com. Okay, inside the W3 schools you can learn the basic HTML and everything here. Learn HTML, then you can see this all the things. If you want to see the what are the elements we have, HTML elements, this is header tags, page tags, break tags, then attributes if you want to see these. Okay, you just need to go through these HTML elements and you need to learn. And this HTML5 is too much important if you want to learn the lightning. Okay, that you have to learn that before coming into the other thing. And we have CSS as well. CSS is also important. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These are very much important. If you want to learn, that is very advantage if you want to learn Bootstrap as well. These are too much important. jQuery is also there, but everything is important. But here HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, then jQuery. Whatever we have other thing, XML it's not required. So we have some other thing, JSON, Angular, JS, Ajax, all are these required. If you learn that, it will be a big advantage to your resume or your job. Okay. Now this is just very simple Visualforce. Okay, you can use any type of HTML here. Now let us use to create account. We have this thing, right? When you want to create, you can just create like this, right? So for that, I am going to create a new Visualforce page. Okay. Create account. This is my Visualforce page name. Okay, to create a record we can use the standard controller or extension controller or standard set controller, I mean only these two, or we have another thing as complete custom controller. Okay, let's see how to do with this standard controller. Okay, if you want to learn the standard controller, then you can just type standard controller in Visualforce. Okay, this is Visualforce developer guide thing. You can go to the Visualforce developer guide and you can learn this. what are the methods we have? Okay, so these are the actions we have inside the standard controller: save, quick save, edit, delete, cancel, list. So these are the methods we have inside the standard controller. Okay, now for this let's use, we have these are the attributes, these are called as attributes. We have action, API version, all are things, but here important tags or important attributes are action, controller, extensions, record set where, rendered as, rendered, here standard controller. That's enough. Okay, now if you want to use the standard controller, you can use like this, but standard controller is nothing but the object API name. Okay, standard controller will always be the API name of the object, here account, right? So if you give, whether it is custom object or standard object, the object API name will be the standard controller name. Okay, now here I am doing this apex colon. If you put like this apex colon, then we will be having different tags here. You can use any type of tag now. Okay, now let me create one. See, if you see this, there is a section, right? This is called as page block section. Now we can use apex colon. First we are going to create page block, then here you can give the name is title equals to account information. Page block. When you execute this, then we can come to know. Let's see, if you preview that, it comes like this, account information. However, here we have, okay, this one. Now inside this, you can have apex colon page block section. Inside the page block section, you can have page block section item. So here you can use apex colon. Now whenever you are dealing with the standard controller, or if it is a custom controller and you are dealing with object variable, means Salesforce object variable, as object variable, then you can use apex colon input field. Okay, and then value equals to, you have to give API name of the object and name, whatever the field you need. How this will be displayed, you just view this. If you use this, you have to use apex colon form. Inside the form only everything should be there, as we are dealing with the controller. If you don't have any controller, then you don't need form. Okay, however we have created the hello.vfc, right, like this. Now here it comes like this. Okay, but here label is not coming. So what you can do is, you can give the label name directly here, account name colon this. It displays like this. Okay, next thing, when you create another page block section item, like let's say that account type, you can give type. The field should be available on the object. If it is not there, then you will get an error. Okay, it's created like this. Now if I create one more, like page block section name, then we have let's say active. Active is the custom variable, right? Account active status. So you can give your own label name here. It comes like this. Okay, now if you see here page block section, right, what are the variables we have? We have collapsible, columns, id, language, another all thing, title, everything. Okay, now here in page block section I'm giving columns as 1, 2, 3. So as I have given the 3 columns, right, this is one column, this is one column, this is one column. By default it will be 2, but here if you give more, then it will be added into the this one. Okay, now if we add one more, right, now let's say that till now we have given active. If we give another thing called as, let's say, account test field, you can give your own label. It's not required to give same one. Account underscore test underscore field underscore c. Now if you observe that, it comes into the another section. I mean only 3 columns we have given, so that 3 columns will be displayed. If you add one more column, and then it will come in under that. Okay, like this it comes. Now once you have done with this, then what you need is you need to add the buttons, right? Without buttons we can't do anything. So what we need to do is here apex colon page block buttons. We have page block buttons, apex colon input yes, I forgot it, command button, then action equals to save. Okay, then here you can give label, or let's say value equals to save. Okay, what is the advantage of page block buttons means, if you add the page block buttons, it display top and last. Okay, so what we can add as like actions here using standard controller, you can use actions as save, quick save, edit, delete, cancel and list. Okay, here if you want you can add another thing called cancel as well. It comes like this. If it cancels, it just go to the Salesforce homepage. Okay, now once we are done with this, what I need is I can call like this, right, apex colon create account. It comes like this, but what I need is whenever I click new button, I need to display my Visualforce page instead of this page. Then what we can do is you can go to the setup, accounts, buttons. Inside the buttons you have new button, right? So the new button, what you can do is you can override the button with Visualforce page called create account. Okay, if you use the standard controller, then only you can override the button with that specific Visualforce page. If you don't use the standard controller, then you cannot do that. Now when you click on new button, then it directly goes to that Visualforce page. Okay, here you can use just VF account, account type is this, this will be created and it will be redirected to that record. Okay, so this is how we have to use the Visualforce page with standard controller. Okay, now whenever I'm inserting a record using my Visualforce page, then I need to validate the values. Okay, so let's say that whenever you are inserting the record, you will be having the validation rules in the standard UI, right? So then you can do that, but here if you want to validate something in the Visualforce page, then you need to use the extension controllers. Apex class, account, create extension. Account create extension I have given like this. Now here you need to mention extensions as this one. Okay, once you are done with that, then you need to create the constructor with apex pages dot standard controller equals to controller. Here you have to use the extension controller like this. Now here we know that account record will be there, right? Account A public account A. Here you can use set colon get. Setter, these are called as setters and getters. Okay, here A equals to controller dot get record. Okay, when you use this, right, whatever the record is getting inserted from this Visualforce page, that will come to into this controller. Okay, so as it is account, we need to typecast like this. That means it returns the S object. Now from that S object we are converting into the account object. If we give in these brackets, then it says that it is typecasting whatever the record you are giving from this Visualforce page, convert into account and save this. Okay, now public void, we have save method, right? Here ఏలో సెట్ గెట్ ఎందుకు పెట్టామంటే విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్ నుంచి వాల్యూ తెచ్చుకున్నప్పుడు నువ్వు పెట్టచ్చు పెట్టకపోవచ్చు, ఇక్కడేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఇది బెస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీస్ విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్ మనం రాసేటప్పుడు. ఎందుకు రాయాలి అంటే ఒక వాల్యూని మీరు ఇక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకెళ్ళి విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్లో చూపిస్తున్నా, విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్ నుంచి మళ్ళీ కంట్రోల్లోకి తెస్తూ ఉన్నా కూడా ఆ వాల్యూస్ని సెట్ చేయడానికి గెట్ చేయడానికి మనం సెట్టర్స్ గెట్టర్స్ వాడాలి. క్వశ్చన్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో అడుగు, నేను ఇంగ్లీష్లో క్లాస్ రికార్డ్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, right? So now this save. So when you save the record means whenever you click on save button, whenever you click on save button, we know that save function will be called, I mean save method will be called, right? This save method has been overridden using the extension controller. So now standard controller save method will not be executed. Now that comes here and it will come here, means this method will be executed. Inside this we need to use the insert or update. Let's say that I am using upset of A. We can do like this, but now what I am trying to do is if A dot name dot contains of test. So same validation rule. So if the account name contains test, then I don't want to save that record. Okay. Here what we do is apex pages dot add message new apex pages dot message of apex pages dot severity dot. So here confirm, error, fatal, info, warning, this other. Okay. So if you want to display the error, then you can give this error and then message. You cannot create test accounts. This will be done still here, right? It will be validated. After validating, it should not go to the next line. Then what we can do is simply return. Means if error comes, get this error and go back to the Visualforce page back. This is what we are doing. This is standard. If you want to add error message, this is the same syntax. You need to by heart or whatever you want, you can do it. Okay, that is same it is. Now but we are returning the messages, but that message should be displayed on the Visualforce page, right? For that what we need is you need to add one thing called apex colon page messages or messages. You have to use like this. Now whenever you want to create a test account, let's say this, it contains test, right? It should not allow for creating the record. Say okay, we didn't refresh. It gives the error here. Okay, so this is how we have to display the error message, or we have to create a Visualforce page with standard controller and extension controller. Okay, if you use the standard controller, then Visualforce messages will be automatically displayed there when we put that apex colon messages. Okay, so that's only one thing. And inside this visual apex class, we are using the upset A, right? So this is just record creation. If you want to edit any record which is already existing, then what you can do is you can pass finally id equals to this. If you pass this, like, it loads the data from that id and keep here. Now when you put like this, change this, you can change the values click on save. Oh sorry, there is a test account, right? Remove this VF account. Okay, this is gone, this is saved it. Okay, but it is not returning to the another page, right? For that, let me create this. Okay, as we use the upset, right? So this is just be here only. Okay, now what we can do is you can redirect to the another Visualforce page, from one page to another page. Let's say I just need to go to the some other Visualforce page. Let's see if it allows or not. Page reference. Okay, fine. So once the record is inserted, if you want to go to the different page, then what you do is new page reference of I'm using like this slash. So why I'm giving like this is, if you know the record ID, right? Go to the any record. Once you create the record, okay, if you want to go through that record, you just remove all the things and then backslash give the ID. It will go to the detail page, right? So the same I am giving here. Return once the record is created, return to the slash plus ID. So whatever it lands, you just take it to that. And if you here I'm just returning null. Null means go to the same page and show the error message. Okay, now here let me use this. Create account. This one. Okay, I'm changing this string, save. It is going to the detail page. Okay, this is how we have to use the standard controller and extension controller, and the going to the another Visualforce page or something. So let's say that instead of this page, if I want to go to some other Visualforce page, okay, how can we go to the Visualforce page? Just using slash apex slash, then let's say hello, right? So what we can do is slash apex colon hello. If you want to go to another Visualforce page, you can give like this, right? Whenever it is saved, it should go to the hello Visualforce page, so that whenever you edit the record, it's gone to this. Once you save this, it's going to the hello.visualforce page. This is how we have to redirect from one Visualforce to another Visualforce using the custom controller or extension controller. This is how we have to use the extension controllers. Any questions on this? So till now what we have done? We have done the standard controller and extension controller. Okay, so extension controller is nothing but it is an apex class, and it should have the constructor with apex pages dot standard controller. This is mandatory. If you say that it is the extension controller, how can we identify? We can identify that Apex standard controller we have to do, then we have to create like this. Okay, this is how we have to do this. Okay, then we can use any methods, whatever there on the standard controller, you can use all the methods. Okay, inside this Apex class extension controller. Okay, now let's see standard uh, list controller. Standard list controller. Let's see Apex account list. Just displaying the account list. Sorry, Visualforce page I need to create. I'm giving the Apex list. Then here we need the standard controller only, whatever you need. Then we have one thing called record set var SEC. Here you can give the Apex page block title as well. Hmm? Where values. Okay, now so if you see this, so what is the standard list controller? Standard list controller means to displaying the all records in pagination. Means first 20 records will be displayed, then it displays 30 records, I mean 20 records, 20 records, 20 records. So if you have 1000 records, first 20 records will be displayed, then if you click on next, and next 20 records will be displayed. The default size of the list controller is 20. As we don't have that many records, let's see if we get or not. If you have 2 only, so that it's just displaying like this. Let me create 100 records. దానికి దీనికి ఏం సంబంధం హే? Now go to this Visualforce page. So here we have not given the button. Okay, that's why it's just displaying like this. Now what we need to do is we need to use buttons. Okay, those are called apex colon command button equals to action. Okay, action equals to. So in standard list controller we have the methods called next, then previous, last and first. Next, then what we know is value is next, means next page, you just go to the next page. Previous, excuse me, first, then we have another one called last. See here, first 20 will be displayed. When you click on next, next records will be displayed here. If you click on last, then it will go to the last set of records. Okay, if you click on first, it go to the first set of records. Okay, ఎక్కడ ఆర్డర్ అమ్మా? ఆర్డర్ అంటే నీకు అపెక్స్లో ఆర్డర్ వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడుంది నీకు ఆర్డర్ అంటే ఇక్కడ డేటాబేస్లోంచి రికార్డ్స్ తెచ్చి ఫస్ట్ 20 తర్వాత 20 తర్వాత 20 డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్నాం. ఇక్కడ నీకు ఆర్డర్ ఏం లేదుగా. ఎక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేసావు? ఆ లిస్ట్ మనం డేటాబేస్లోకి ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయడానికి ఆర్డర్ చేసాం అంతే. ఇప్పుడు ఆ లిస్ట్ని మనం ఎక్కడ వాడట్లేదు విజువల్ఫోర్స్ అపెక్స్లో కదా. అది జస్ట్ రికార్డ్స్ని ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయడానికి మాత్రమే వాడాము అంతే. ఎందుకంటే మన దగ్గర రికార్డ్స్ లేవు, దాన్ని టెస్ట్ చేయాలంటే మనకు రికార్డ్స్ ఉండాలి. అందుకోసం రికార్డ్స్ ఫస్ట్ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేసి తర్వాత విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్కి వచ్చాం. అంతేగాని ఇక్కడ ఈ విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్లో మనం ఆ లిస్ట్ని ఎక్కడ వాడుతున్నాం లేదుగా. ఇక్కడ నేమ్ అలా ఇచ్చాం అనుకోకండి, ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ అనౌన్స్లో వాడాం. అంటే ఇది ఏంటంటే అది జస్ట్ అపెక్స్తో డీల్ చేస్తుంది, దట్స్ ఇట్. ఇట్ వోంట్ డీల్ విత్ విజువల్ఫోర్స్ పేజ్ నౌ కదా. సో ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఆర్డర్. Okay, that's how this list controller works. And we have one more thing called standard set controller. Okay, just how to use the list controller, you just use record set var and you can use the iterations on this. We have the page block table and data table as well. Okay, data table is also like same way you can use that. Okay, practice that data table. Now I am giving account set controller. Public pages dot standard set controller. Okay, here controller dot, so here you can set the page size. Okay, and you can go to the get the page number or last view options, everything will be there. Okay, now here what I am trying to do is set page size. You can use set page size like 10 or 20, how many you want. Okay, Once you create like this, then go to that controller and you can use this as the standard, extension controllers. Okay. Now once you click on preview, then let's see how many records are displayed. 10 records only. Means first 10 records will be displayed here. Then if you click on next 10 will be displayed, because here we set the size as 10. Okay, and let's see what are the other methods we have on the standard set controller. Okay, so if you want, you can give some field names which should be displayed inside the Visualforce page. Cancel, just cancel. First, it should go to the first set of records. Okay, has next, it means if you have the next set of records, then it returns true, else it returns false. Has previous, if it has the previous, then it returns true, else returns false. Page number, if you click on next 3 times, then another page will be fourth number, right? Page number, it will be fourth page number. And get record or get records, so what are the records are displaying, you can get to using the this one. Okay, get selected, last set. These are all the standard set controller, standard list controller, standard controller, and extension controller. We have not gone through the custom controller yet. Okay, these are basics. We are going through only basics. Next we will come to the original requirements on this. Okay. Okay, let me give an example for the custom controller. I'm giving the Visualforce page. If we give simply controller, then it will be the then we can treat it as a custom controller. If you want to give custom controller, then you can use. Now custom controller won't give any functionality by default. You need to write your own logic there. Okay, now if you want to create an account, then you can use, you have to create account first, account A, then set colon get. Then you have to create one controller by default, public. Okay, whenever the account A will be null at first time, right? What I am trying to do, if A is null, then set A equals to new account. I'm just creating new account here. Okay, once you set the new account, then you can use the account, means now you have the account. Here account create, instead of this account you need to give the variable, remaining is same. Okay, once you are done with this, then you don't have the save method or cancel method inside the your controller. Right, now we have to create those two methods, like public page reference of save account. You can give your own name because you are writing your own logic. Okay, then the same extension, the same method, I'm just doing this. reference. Okay, so save account. Here inside the Visualforce page you need to give that save account. Whenever you click on the save, then this method should be called. Cancel we don't have, right? So you need to write another cancel method as well. You can give same name or you can give your own name. Okay, here cancel you can give inside this. This is already there. Click on this save. Okay, once you are done with this, the same way, that means custom controller means you have to write your own logic. You cannot use the existing functionality or existing methods from the standard controllers. Okay, that's called custom controller. Custom means you have to write your own logic, that's it. Okay, for creating the account, for validating the record, whatever it is, you need to write your own logic. Now account create, click on this. It comes like the same way because we have just copied the same, right? Now VF account 1 2 3 I'm giving, click save. This is gone to that hello.visualforce page, and account create. Here also same, if you want to go to any specific account, then you can use simply that account ID. Will it work or not? I'm not sure. It won't work because it is a custom controller. You will not get that. Okay, so for the editing 1 2 3 4, so if you click on cancel, it will go to the home page because we have given the, if it cancel then it should go to the home page. You have given like this, only slash means it should go to the home page. Okay, this is about the standard controller, extension controller, standard list controller, standard set controller, and custom controller. Okay, we have to write some pagination functionality as well, and this we will discuss later. Okay, any questions till now? My suggestion is go to the download this Visualforce page developer guide. Okay, study from the first page onwards. Okay, that is very much important. Even the Apex also,